about summon monster going on to 2 lines. Maybe we don't mind that, but if we don't mind that, I think at the very least these 2 lines ought to be a lot closer together than these 2 lines, right? You can't really tell that these are all one thing. We could do one of a couple things here. So we had the ellipsis thing going on with things that got too long, but that didn't affect things that are only too long because they're multiple words, right? If we had a name that was really, really long with no spaces in it, that would get truncated. But if it's on multiple lines, it would not. We could add something to here to keep that from happening. White space, no wrap will not allow multiple lines, and then it would get truncated. Do we like that? We could do that. If you don't like that, we could do something like line height and make that much smaller. See, I wonder what it is right now. Yeah, that's probably not the best thing either, but we could do that as long as we put a little margin in between things. So here's another way we could do this. We could do that and then put some bottom margin on spell or something. Margin bottom. Something like that. Now this thing wants to scroll now. That's terrible. How about we truncate? Do you have something to say?
So the line height, is that affecting the size of the text or just the space in between?
Just the space in between. So you could make it so small that it actually overlaps. So up to you if you want to do something about this. In the afternoon yesterday, because the question came up, we did go ahead and on spell name put white space no wrap. So that would, again, just truncate that the way we do everything else that's too long. Which somewhat naturally brought up the question, well, now could I like hover over it and see the full name as a tooltip or something? A common way to do that is to put a title attribute on something. We're creating this with JavaScript, of course. So what we could do is in render property, we could add an attribute to this. So like el dot set attribute. So you can add any attribute you want that way. So set an attribute of title and set it to whatever the value is. What that gets us. Oops. If you look at the markup, now it's got a title attribute. And most browsers will treat that as a tooltip. So that's a reasonable thing. Add a title attribute to property spans. Questions about that?